Well, I wanted to take a few pictures of what's going on outside now as chemtrails engulf the moon. I can't get the chemtrails when I do video, but I can get them when I take a picture, and this is how they look on my screen. Now here's some other of what they're doing at night. You see that? Those are horizontal lines that are above and below the moon of chemical contrails they spray in the sky. And it's just terrible. I can't get it on video with my phone or the Nikon video. There might be some ISO or aperture or something that I can adjust that maybe might make it possible, but for now I'll just do this to show. And this is horrible. This is horrible what they're doing. What else I'll do is I'll show you a real star I just got the other night. It's just beautiful. This was the moon as it rose, and I don't know if you can see the brilliance of the orange, but it was brilliant. There was a tree in the way, and that's when the chemtrails started being sprayed. But on my Nikon screen, it's a beautiful orange. Let me see if I get away more. No. But it is there you can see it a little. There we are. Beautiful orange. It was too bad that the orangish yellow, that trees were in the way. So, that's not it. This one was very, very colorful. Oh, and I'll also show you this white halo. There's more chemtrails sprayed in the sky. Now, when it's heavy chemtrailing, a circular chemtrail follows the moon. Those are some stars I took up at. See that? The moon is in the center, and this chemical, you can see this in real time. This isn't because of the camera. This Nikon got it. I couldn't get it on video, but with a still picture I could catch it. And I showed my mom, and she was actually quite oblivious to it. And this is a white chemical contrail circle that follows the moon. This is how hard they spray at night that this happens. And then you can see the same type of circular formation, but much tighter in on the moon. That's blue, red, and yellow. And I think that's the reflection of the heavy metals that causes that spectrum of light coloration to appear. Now, let's see. This star is, let me see. This star is magnificent. That's not it. Okay. Wolf spider we caught. Really big one. Let's see if this is it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the color. Oh, there's a planet that they call a planet. It's just a wandering star. Chemtrails are about to hit it soon. I get the feeling it's Mars because it's very red with the binoculars. Alright, I don't think that's not the one I was referring to. But the chemtrails that are going on outside are horrific. There's a lot of terrible things going on in this day and age that I've never seen in my 50 years. Come on. This is a really good video of the moon. zooming in, I just can't capture it on the screen. No satellites, no nothing. Let's see if this is it. This looks like the one I call Blue Boy. I do use SnapBridge to download video and still pictures to my phone, but it doesn't always work. It's a real irritating app, if you ask me. Son of a gun. Let's see. Come on. I think this is it. It's really nice. Yeah, that's it. Now this one is red, green, yellow, and blue.
I'm doing this with my hand.
I should have turned the volume down. But this star, I used to believe when they said they can find out if there's a planet in orbit of this star, because the star will dim the light as it orbits the front of the star. I no longer believe that. That's ridiculous. This here star is a light. The Bible clearly depicts the world far more accurately than the atheist liars of scientism. Okay, if they showed you this star, it would be with artist rendering. You see that? It appears to have currents of energy.
This is Nikon 60x zoom.
And it's beautiful.
16 megapixel, but if I had to paint
It's not a solid object.
I could get even closer.
It doesn't have planets in orbit of it. It's not a sun. It's not trillions of miles away either. How could you think such a thing? You can Google how long a trillion seconds would take to expire. It would take over 33,000 years. I don't like using 33. Masonic, demonic jerks. They love to use it and corrupt it because of Jesus' age. But this here, they do not depict these stars clearly the way we can see in real time under high zoom. They use artist renderings and animation. Okay, this star, they say these stars are many, many light years away, and 1 light year is almost 6 trillion miles per light year. Rounded off, it's like 5.6 trillion miles. And if a trillion seconds, now I'm competing with myself here. Anyway, a trillion seconds would take 33,000 plus years to go by. And 1 second can be clearly indicated as an inch, you know, with size or distance. So do you think if it would take if it would take a trillion inches to come back to you, if you could make a line with a trillion inches on it, it would take over 33,000 years to come back to you. Okay, so compare it 1 mile with 1 inch. Okay, a trillion miles, you'd never be able to see that far. And don't forget, 1 light year is almost 6 trillion miles. This thing is in the sky, it's over the earth, and it is not even, probably not even 2,000 or 3,000, maybe 4,000 miles away. Probably far, far less. This thing is over the earth. God made this light. I mean, Christians are they've been made ignorant. The Bible tells us what stars are and what they're for. And they're for Earth.
They're not millions or hundreds of light years away.
Anyway, the chemtrails outside are horrific. You see that? Now I understand turbulence is caused because of the atmosphere. But this thing here is fluctuating currents that are energy or some type of electromagnetic current that emanates from its center that a lot of jerks like to call calmation. This is not calmation. There is no perfect circular hole in its center. This is not a telescope zoom. It's my Nikon that I filmed it on. Okay, Now outside right now, they are bombarding the sky with chemtrails, and they've wised up. They're not really flying the planes over land anymore, but they're doing it over lakes and oceans, and then they just let the jet stream bring it through. But you can still see the horrible lines. Now I'll exit this. Okay, it just ended anyway. So, but now what they have is what's going on outside right now with the poor moon. With the poor moon, it's being devastated and obscured with chemical contrails. Okay. We are suffering mass hypnosis. The fake news media outlets are just leading so many astray. Come on already. Alright, this is what they're doing outside right now. That's when the chemtrails are really thick. This circle follows the moon. Chemtrail haze. There, those are chemtrails that they spray in long lines. What did that thing just do? Looks like that star. Yeah, that was one of the blue stars I took. That's why, see, that's when the camera does that. Let's see if it'll do what looks like collimation. These horrible chemtrails. I'm getting irritated here. Come on. Go back to the beginning. The picture I just took you. Okay. There. The moon is right here. Right there. And these are all chemical contrails coming from the west towards the east. Now they're in the east because the moon is like about maybe 35 degrees off the horizon in the east. And these horrible chemtrails, they're all lines. These are about 4 or 5 lines sideways. And then these ones are all horizontal over the moon. Right there. People, look up. If you live in New York State, you will see this. You don't even know what's going on above your own head. Just pathetic. We got this virus. I went to my doctor yesterday, and they tried to get me to take the shot, and I refused, and they seemed to accept it. But for now, who knows how more vigorous they're going to get in the weeks or months to come. All right, I do not ignore the fact that it could be the mark of the beast, but they do have to say you cannot buy or sell without it. But don't get it now, only for these people to turn around in a month and start telling the people who have not yet received it that you cannot buy and sell. You should be wise enough to know that this vaccine has characteristics of what we're warned of in Revelation. So do not be fooled. Do not. Now global warming is coming, and the virus and global warming are going to team up to eliminate your constitutional rights and destroy our economy. Our economy actually is destroyed. Okay? They're just not telling you. I seen them last night on an infomercial selling $18.95 20-ounce gold coin for almost $3,000. That is ridiculous. Gold is about 1,700 something an ounce. They're demanding almost double. And some of the things they say is, oh, when money goes down, you'll need gold. Gold is real money. And I believe if anything could be defined as money, it would be silver or gold. But I find it hilarious that they want the paper money that they say won't be any good. It's funny that that's what they want. They'll take the paper money and give you the gold. So you must employ logic with these people. Our rights are going down the drain. What they've done to Texas, in my opinion, and please YouTube understand that I admit this, everything I say here is my opinion, based on my First Amendment freedom of speech. Please respect my rights and hundreds of others, which I know you won't. You're under the agenda of the liberal lunatic Democrats who pose as socialists but are really communist, fascist scumbags who are part of the Great Reset. The Great Reset is newly packaged New World Order. Okay, and you can Google it. Great Reset will come up. It hails from the United Nations, and that's what they want to do. And in my opinion, again, the Great Reset does not include you or me or the common man. All right, and we're under assault from all directions, above, on the ground, through your TV, mass propaganda. Just terrible. Just these have to be the end times. This has to be the tribulation. The white horse with the crowned rider is going forth conquering and to conquer. And like I said, the crown, what it means in Latin, what they got on top of the name of that virus is crown. And if you don't think that it hasn't conquered the world, you're crazy. Everywhere you go, you have to have a mask. Everyone has one. You can't go in anywhere without one. You know how many of our rights have been eliminated or suspended because of this? You think it's going to go back to whatever you call normal before this? It won't. This virus is here to stay. Okay, it's not going anywhere. It will now become a part of your life through propaganda. And you better wake up, because I believe they're going to start coming down real hard on people who continue to refuse the shot. And what it could be is the mark of the beast. So wake up. I'm not going to say I hope I'm wrong, because I will never ignore or resist God's word and God's prophecy that must come to pass. And a battle for your soul has commenced, as announced by Biden. His campaign slogan, Battle for the Soul of America. It's upon us, and America must be toppled. It must be toppled.